Concerns about the monkeypox certainly are growing as the virus continues to spread in spots all across the country.
Yeah, and this is all happening just as students from the elementary level all the way up to college start heading back to class. Well, joining us this morning to talk about monkeypox here at home is Erie County Health Department Director Erin Mrenak to give us an update on how many cases we're seeing in our area. Erin, good morning.
Good morning.
So, Erin, we just saw the first case at Penn State University last week. And with colleges starting up and classes this week, what should those schools and these students be concerned about?
I think being aware that monkeypox can spread between any group of people. There's been a lot of information put out there about how it's transmissible in certain populations, but the reality is that this is not an STD, though it can be spread that way. Anyone is susceptible to getting this virus if there's contact with someone that has an active rash or symptomatic before a rash begins, could be potentially infected with this virus.
What's the situation as far as cases here at home in Erie County, Erin? I know we had a couple initially, but what's the latest as far as case numbers go?
Yeah, so today we've had 3 cases. We haven't seen any more than that. A number of people have had testing. The majority of those have come back negative. So we're working closely with our community partners and with the State Department of Health to make sure that we get early word about any new positives so that we can begin the disease investigation process to try to close the loop to prevent any outbreaks from occurring.
And Erin, what are some symptoms or some signs that folks should watch out for to know when, maybe they should start isolating?
And this is the tricky part about this kind of time of year heading into fall and kind of cold season. Early symptoms of monkeypox are not necessarily a rash or lesions. It can be achiness, respiratory symptoms, fever is a big sign, and then normally shortly after that you will see an outbreak of pustules or a rash that goes through different stages before it is completely clear. And the important part with monkeypox is that we provide education to those that are positive or have questions, is that if you have the rash or symptoms and you have a positive test, the isolation period can be 2 to 4 weeks because you're not cleared from being infectious until all of those lesions have scabbed over and the scabs have actually come off and there's fresh new skin underneath, which can last that 2 to 4 week period.
And Erin, I know a lot of folks might have a lot of questions about monkeypox, and I know the Erie County Health Department does have some resources available to potentially get some of those questions answered.
So we have information up on our website about monkeypox, and we have a small internal team that's kind of dedicated to working on the cases and doing contact tracing. We're actually providing vaccine here also. All that information is on our website, and we're going to be we have a hotline that is our COVID and monkeypox hotline now, so for anyone with questions, whether that be general or they're looking for testing locations, we're here to help people walk through whatever questions they have.
And speaking of testing locations, quickly here, Erin, where can folks go in town to get tested for monkeypox?
Yeah, we're encouraging people, if they have a PCP, to call there to figure out the best way to do that. There's been some difficulty. There's not kind of a dedicated testing site for this. That's something that we're working on identifying funding for, to hopefully partner with a community entity that would be willing to be a standing testing site. Our issue is that for folks that are underinsured or uninsured, they don't always have great resources or necessarily have availability to a PCP. So we're working through those on whenever we get a case of that, we'll individually walk them through where they can access testing.
She is Erin Mrenak, the Director of the Erie County Health Department. We appreciate your time and input on the monkeypox concerns right here in Northwest Pennsylvania. Thank you so much for your time, Erin.